to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 203.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah!
The sexiest podcast with a soundboard again.
The triumphant return.
Indeed.
I'm Brian, as normal, I guess, and the other guy's Tony.
It's also normal.
Actually, you know what? Neither one of us are pretty well normal. It's
okay, abnormal.
Abnormal, yeah. We're something, all right. Much like this show. Hit something, we're something. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know.
Acceptable.
Good to have the soundboard back, though. So.
I tell you what.
Yes, science!
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that has to do with my soundboard, but
so
the science of the charger being found, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there, a fascinating, magical adventure and story with this, or no?
It's only as fascinating as I just think my son had it.
Which was pretty much your theory anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I came home from work, and he presented it to me. And I'm like, oh, where'd you find this at? And he's like, I was in because we have a spare room right over here that I'm motioning to it and no one can see except Brian.
Right.
It's like, there's a bed in there. He's like, it was in the corner of that room by the bed.
Why would it have been in
and the
there?
door was closed to that room, right?
Yeah.
And I know my son. He doesn't close shit. So I'm like, he would have left it open if he went in there.
Yeah.
So I just kind of looked at him. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you had this. He's like, no, I'm like, well, what were you doing in there? Well, you said you needed it. I'm like, I did, but.
Like, so were you tearing the house apart looking for it? Because, smooth.
It just didn't sit well.
Right.
I just think he needed a charger, and he found one.
Right, which was, like you said, that was your theory all along. So,
because, the technology I have, this next level Nook, it can only be charged off its own USB charger.
Which is amazing. Yeah, I love when
that
companies do
USB
that.
charger can charge anything.
Yeah, it's amazing like that, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
So
Sony was that way for a while.
Yeah.
Like they
doesn't
had
make
special
sense to me.
Yeah. Sony had special adapters for a while, but then I was like, wait, these actually will work on other things, but you have to have... Yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
And usually they were like $30, $35. It reminded you of like Apple ones. Where you had to have that, like when you're charging an iPhone or like, you have to have that special charger.
Apple security, whatever cord.
Right. What is it called?
Yeah, because it matters.
Yeah. I think they're called, Lightning Connection or something like that now?
I don't know. They're called, we want more of your money connections.
Pretty much, because if you lose them and you want to buy a new Apple one, it's like $30 or $35, which is crazy.
I bought a 3-pack of cords
right.
off of Amazon.
Yeah.
and one of the cords just stopped working.
Yeah.
Because they're not official Apple cords.
Yeah.
Genie's cord works, kinda. And then the one I use, like, is hardcore.
Did you not get a cord with your phone?
Well, yeah, but we
okay.
wanted, because we have, each of us have a cord in our car.
Oh, okay, right. I get you now, okay.
On Amazon, they have ones that are like 6 feet long. I'm like, that'd be perfect for the room.
Well, the reason I asked, because I was like, man, don't tell me they stopped putting them in there, because, like Nintendo with the new DSs, they don't have power cords with them. You have to buy them separately, yeah.
That's just dumb.
Yeah. Many people were very upset. The best part was when they first hit the market, the cords were in shorter supply than the DSs were.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you get a new DS, you want to charge it, and then you go to your stores, and they're like, yeah, we either haven't got them yet or we're out. And I'm like, what a dumb idea. Like, put the fucking cord back in. It's like, you're not going to buy a DS and never need to charge the thing.
Right.
It's like, come on.
It's not a miracle device.
Yeah, it's like, I'm laying out $200 here. You can't put a cord in there? Come on.
Meanwhile, Mario was just hitting that coin block, raking it in.
Yeah.
Ba-ding, 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 ba-ding.
Seriously.
What a dick.
After a while, that's what he's hitting the coin block with.
Exactly.
Showing off. He's just humping the side of the block instead of hitting it, ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I can't. Well, whatever. All I know is I got my shit back, and we have sound effects, and I can read comics.
Nice.
And since I'm going on a little vacation, a little road trip,
right?
I can hopefully catch up on everything.
Sure, while you're driving, yeah.
And start reading Fight Club.
Right.
For Salty Language Book Club.
Yeah, I put it on my iPad last night. So
nice.
Yeah.
Salty Language Book Club at Gmail.
Right. Which is convenient because I actually just finished that Will Not Attend book that I was reading.
Well, perfect.
So the timing could not have been much better. So, because I picked up, I was looking around, I'm like, I have a bunch of books that I've started but haven't finished reading, so I picked up like a briefer history of time, by Stephen Hawking, that I'm about a third of the way through, and I'm like, why did I just stop reading this? Like, silly Brian. So that's what I've been reading the last few days, but now I'm going to have to move to Fight Club, so.
No, because Fight Club.
I got to stay,
Plus, it's the book, it's Fight Club, book club, it all kind of makes sense.
I know, I feel, as trade as it is, I feel like we've already talked about it too much.
God damn it, you're right.
I know. It had to be done. Sorry, folks.
It's true.
Sometimes the obvious things have to be said.
What the hell are you going to do, right?
Yeah, it's nothing. I don't know. Yeah. So, how's your week been?
It's been all right, I guess. I did realize one thing.
Yeah.
We had a weird weekend because, like, last Thursday we recorded early and stuff because we were supposed to go to out of town to the cottage and go enjoy some lake time, which all fell through.
Right.
Whatever. But my kids' cousins came into town and were staying at Jeannie's parents' house.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, we'd like Logan and Leah to come over." Well, so my kids ended up staying at their house from Thursday night till Monday night.
All right.
So we had a completely kid-free weekend.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And I realized in the said kid-free weekend that my wife and I would be straight-up alcoholics if it wasn't for our kids. Because since we recorded Thursday, Jeannie came home Friday, and she's like, well, we have no kids. We should go do something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So we went and, we're like, we'll go have a couple beers. We'll go see a movie. We ended up just having, like, plenty of beers. And then we hit a coffee shop, right?
Yeah.
Next day, same thing. We ended up going to, with tea, and your mom was acting up. How dare she?
Yeah. Acting up. No, actually, that wasn't it this time. This was, because of the weather and stuff.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's right.
Dude, I basically just laid in bed all day. It was awful.
Well, yeah. But we went and had more beers that night.
Right. Which I should have went and done. Yeah.
It was a good time. We hit there, and then we went eventually down to Colorado and had some more beers, and the girls got dessert.
Oh, okay. I was like, how did you end up there? Like, of all the places you could have went, why there?
We started at Rockies, which was a good time, but this whole crowd of just complete Summer's Eves came in.
You mean Summer Steves?
Yes. Well, there was a couple Eves mixed in, too.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
And they were just already drunk, and they were like, "Oh, don't mind him if he's leaning on you. He's just been drinking." It's just like, get the fuck away from me,
right? It's like,
so
listen,
we
dude,
bailed, and we went and had more beers, and like I said, the girls had dessert at the Cludown, and we went home.
Yeah,
but it was like 2 nights in a row, gone out and got our drink on.
Right.
So then on Sunday we go to my in-laws' house because it's since we're not going to be there for Father's Day. It's like early Father's Day barbecue, which is I am a father, but I always end up cooking all day.
Right.
As is tradition.
Right.
So I made, like beer can chicken and ribs and stuff, but I started drinking at noon.
Sure.
And I was just...
Right, well, you got to catch up. You got a late start.
And it's getting about dinner time. It was damn near 5, and I'm out there on the grill flipping ribs and shit.
Yeah.
And, Jeannie walks over to just see how things are going. I'm like, I'm so drunk right now. Because I bought like a big growler of like 8% IPA, and we killed that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a Baltica. Dang it.
Oh, dude, we devastated their beer fridge.
Right.
Yeah, it was, and then it was just like, Jesus, I haven't had beer since. I was like, I'm like, I gotta get some water back in the system.
Nah, it's fine. So that's why you switched to the, Busch Light or something.
Yeah,
that way you're accomplishing both.
It was a kind of a nutty weekend. I was like, God damn it, I'm glad I have kids because I'd be, Norm.
Yeah,
that'd be me.
Right. Well, you wouldn't be Norm because you guys go different places at least a little bit.
Well, those different places were always the same places.
True, but at least you go to multiple places. Like a lot of times we end up at two places in a night if we go out drinking.
That's true.
So at least there's that. Even though, for a while we were getting that way at Maumee Bay when we walked in and they're like, those guys. And
yeah, hey, they're here.
Thank God.
Or when we don't go for a week and they're like, where were you guys? We thought you all died.
Yeah, and we're like, you should be happy that we don't come in because that showed you that we're not raging alcoholics. But
yeah, really, not quite.
But hey, whatever, work for your tips. Like, damn it, we haven't had a table that tips like you guys in 2 weeks. Like, sorry.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was my weekend, I guess.
Way more exciting than mine.
It was a shit show, Brian.
Just, lying in the fetal position crying, basically.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, close enough. It wasn't quite that bad, but it was, it's kind of rough for that. But, whatever.
Well, the weather has been, completely shit around here. It's getting better now, finally. But, it just... Yeah. It did nothing but rain for about a week straight.
The worst part for me is generally once we get a few days of something, I'm okay. But the problem was it would pour one day, and then it was hot as hell the next day. Then 60 the next day with some sprinkles, and then pour the day out. It was we didn't even have 2 days that were really that similar. And my sinuses just get crazy all over the place, and yeah, it's no fun.
I do believe it's called bullshit.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And because my yard, I from the short walk from my door to my Jeep,
yeah,
I probably got a couple different strains of malaria. The mosquitoes are so bad all of a sudden.
Sure,
I know it's because all the rain.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Man. I'm going to have to watch out if I come over to your place.
Dude,
I didn't realize.
No, I'm covered in bites.
I'm going to wear a mosquito net.
I had this wound on the side of my head for a while.
Yeah.
Because I had a mosquito bite and I shaved my head. And I just lopped that fucker right off.
Ouch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh, fucking. And I walk outside and they're in my Jeep and I'm punching my windows and there's all kinds of corpses in there.
No,
it's a bad situation.
You don't mean mosquito corpses, right?
Well, those do.
Oh. Now, those may not be mosquitoes. They might have been flies.
Whatever.
You've just got corpses in your Jeep.
Yes.
Hey, I got to use the carpool lane, right?
It's to the point that I see those, no more mosquito signs in people's yards, and I'm I should call that number.
Yeah. I could just see that. You have somebody come out and spray the inside of your Jeep with that shit that comes off those trucks going down the street,
Nice. Those trucks we used to like ride our bikes in the fog.
Oh yeah, oh
yeah,
God.
we'll be dead in 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm surprised we haven't grown like extra like arms and legs or anything. But...
You would think if they bit me, they'd just die.
Yeah.
I breathed in so much of that shit.
Yeah, I know. I remember running around the house trying to close all the windows before that shit got in, you know?
Oh, man, when I was real little, I'd hear that pump of it coming through the neighborhood, and we'd be like, yeah, we run through it. What a bunch of idiots.
Right, because, in our head, it's no worse than, like mom or dad spraying you with off, or whatever, and not realizing that this stuff is, like, cancerous or cancer-causing.
Yeah,
it's like Agent Orange, basically.
Fucking mosquito truck rolling through, and we get all excited. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, that explains some stuff now, maybe.
Yeah, really.
Like, why
200 years ago, we would have been eaten by wolves. Look at a puppy.
Nice doggy, come here. Yeah.
Or raised by them, either way.
Let's go that way. I think that movie's much better.
It is. Yeah, but as I got older, when I'd hear that mosquito truck, I did the same thing. I'd be sprinting around, slamming windows.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when I was a little kid, I didn't have the sinus issues until I got probably, like near puberty or so. So apparently, not only did, everything change, but also I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to develop these crippling sinus problems as well.
Excellent.
Yes. So yeah, and now like the smell of that stuff really.
Oh, it's horrible. Although I wish they could do donuts in my yard. That'd be fine.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? You just like you're walking outside, you got your coffee in your hand, and like you're damn it, I can't think of his name now. Fuck. The guy from Office Space. It's Gary Cole, but I can't remember the
Lumberg.
Lumberg, yeah. You're just like drinking your coffee like him, watching them just do donuts.
Dude, it'd be like a kid again. I'd be out there doing cartwheels in my yard.
You're right.
Like high-fiving the driver as he's tearing up my grass.
Trying to grab the back of the truck, so you
exactly.
can hang on. Woo!
Actually, I'd be trying to flatten the tires just so I could keep it there.
Right. Oh, man.
Nothing worse than fucking mosquitoes.
Oh, they are terrible.
Like,
yeah.
I'm even looking into, like, putting in bat boxes, because I know bats eat a shitload of them every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's like, on one hand, it's like, sounds like a great idea, but that it just seems like it's just, the way the mosquitoes have been lately, they just seem like they're a real issue in this area now.
Dude, I got to mow the grass tomorrow, because if I don't, I'm going to come back, it's going to look like
for sure.
the Congo.
Right. Nice. Yeah.
And I'm going to have to armor up, like jeans, shirt, hat, off.
Right.
I mean, because if not, it's going to be miserable.
Yeah. I could just see you out there in your hazmat suit, mowing the grass, dying from the sweat.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm worried about. Is dying of heat exhaust. Ugh.
Yeah.
Fucking cock-sucking bugs.
Just like I said, just mosquito net, and just tape it off at the sock level and such.
Mosquito net it and forget it.
Right? There you go. Problem solved. Perfect.
Problem solved.
Perfect. Although it's going to be tough to drink your beer through the mosquito net, so you'll have to arrange. Right. You get the helmet and put the straws inside.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then tape around it so no mosquitoes can get
no
in.
Contamination.
Sure. Yeah. Just tape a couple growlers up there.
Damn asshole bugs.
Yeah. Fuck mosquitoes.
A couple growlers.
You just picture your head. You just be like a baby, where they can't hold their own head up.
Right, exactly.
Oh, man.
Although if I do that all summer, I'll have like rock traps.
For sure, yeah. Speaking of The Rock, I started following him on Instagram after one of the times where you should follow him. He's a funny follow, and a lot of times when he's not promoting whatever, he's a pretty good follow.
Yeah, whenever he's got a movie coming out, it's like, all right, we get it.
Yeah, the San Andreas trail was annoying. But anyway, but, whatever. I understand. He's got to, So, did you see the other day he posted a thing about, like, sideswiping somebody's truck, basically? And he was like, yeah, I went back and, talked with the guy, and the guy was like, don't worry about it. He's like, we exchanged information. The guy's like, I fixed it myself. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, man, that's a nice guy. Because a lot of people be like, dude, The Rock sideswiped my truck. I'm getting all the things.
Yeah, I'm getting a free truck.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah.
Either that or we're going to become best friends.
Yeah. It's... I would have been like, maybe I forget this if somehow some, like tickets to the premiere or something show up at my house, or, I don't know, whatever you want from The Rock. I don't know.
Stuff. He just wants a hand job from The Rock.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He'd probably kill you, just crush you.
He's a sensual lover, I'm sure.
Yeah, fair enough. I was going to say, picture somebody squeezing an ice cream cone.
Right? Like a push pop?
Right. Just mush. I've seen him with those 100-pound gorilla kettlebells of his.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Dude, the new one just came out. Bigfoot. That's a 90-pounder.
Okay. Those are
because the gorilla's 70.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, I've been eyeballing them.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Well, no,
they're so badass.
I saw in the one video he posted like that they halted the production of the movie because he got a special delivery and it was 2 of those. I was like, fair enough, man,
Yeah, those things are badass.
You are a savage.
Yeah, the Bigfoot one just came out.
That's nuts, man.
I don't even know how much it is, but I'm sure it's like $250 or something crazy.
Yeah. Somebody like him probably just slaps it up on his Instagram. He probably gets them comped,
Yeah, that's what kind of always bothered me about that kind of thing.
Yeah, because that's all he's got to do. And I mean, how great of a promo is it that they're like, look, The Rock uses our product.
Oh, yeah.
Here, free.
Boom.
Yeah, that's so worth the $250 or whatever. Just eat the money. It's so worth it,
Yeah, it's like, dude, but that's always just bothers me. It's like dudes that could easily, like, not even notice you're missing $250.
Right.
But then you got, like, I would love to have one of those.
Yeah.
That ain't happening anytime soon, trust me.
I've always felt the same way about, like, these, like, when they have I'm air quoting, celebrity, for, like, a diet program or, like, Nutrisystem or anything along those lines. And they're like, I got back into shape. No, if I can do it. And I'm like, you have the money to pay a trainer. Like,
yeah, exactly. And a chef.
Yeah, and they're probably comping you all the food.
Right.
Like the Nutrisystem thing. They're probably giving you all that, or if you're Slim Fast, they're like, have all the product. It's like, if I go to do it, that's all out of pocket. It makes it a whole lot more difficult. But, man, speaking of personal training, I saw somebody online mentioned, like, I saw in one of the posts that The Rock posted, and somebody, like, it was one of his workout ones,
Right.
And, somebody made some comment about how they wish they could get him to be their personal trainer, and I'm like, he'd probably have me crying in like 5 minutes. Like I'd just be like, I no. No, not really. He seems like a guy that would probably not make you cry when you're working out. He'd yell at you, I'm sure, because
yeah,
you have to. But what would be great is if you're trying to work out and he's just doing like shoot promos on you. Like
right.
The Rock's and he's just screaming at you.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Like he's like, do you like pancakes? And you think he's going to do something funny. And you're like, yeah, I like pancakes. And he just slaps you. And he's like, of course you do, fatty. Now pick up that weight. And get that.
Good God, man. Pull up your shorts and stop presenting.
Yeah. Man. That would be pretty good. I need to get him to do that for a TV show at some point.
That would be awesome.
Strong. Well, let's get some business out of the way here.
My business.
So, we have over on Teespring, we've got Salty Language, the T-shirt, the redo.
Yes.
Actually, I'm sorry. It's Salty Language Pod on Teespring.
Yeah, teespring.com/Salty Language Pod.
Boom. We've got the T-shirts up there, and, we there's one lone one that's sold, and it needs more friends.
It does.
Now, anyway, this is a crowdsourced site, and again, we did it this way to kind of keep the cost down on them. So if you could, if you're interested in getting them, don't wait too long. There's, as of the day we're recording this, there's 17 days left.
There is 17 days left.
So yeah, there is a timeline on it, and we're doing it to kind of gauge, like interest and such. So at this point, we see that none of you love us, and
it's a low cost of $14.
Yeah.
That's it.
Plus shipping and handling.
This is true.
But again, meet Tony and get a free drink as long as he's never met you in any capacity before.
That's true. And with the new, because the new campaign, for some reason, the last shirts looked black on the website, but they were actually forest green. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But now this time, you can get these shirts in 5 various colors,
right,
including ladies' shirts.
Right. Collect them all, like they're
Collect-
Pokemon.
I agree.
Yeah.
Collect them all indeed.
I like it.
So, yeah, like Brian said, we're trying to gauge the T-shirt market because we've got plenty of ideas.
Right, and we have, and we'd like to do other things, too, because we're pretty much going to just roll this money into other shenanigans to promote our wares. So
Exactly. Salty language to dildo.
Help.
It'll be a double-ended one in our face on each side.
I'm laughing, but I actually, I got to stop because I think Smodcast made some similar thing at one point.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Oh, well.
That's all right. Ours would be better.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, please go do that, and if not, then you're dead to us. No big deal.
Actually, I'm sorry, Brian. As of recording now, it's 16 days, 23 hours.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So even more hurry.
Time is running out.
Yes. But wait, there's nothing more.
But wait, there's more?
No, there's not. Let's not.
Yeah, there's another color they can buy.
I was gonna say I don't want to start promising things because that puts all the pressure on us to deliver.
Well, this is true.
And
yeah,
whatever.
Do we have any more business to attend to?
I
guess I do.
Oh,
hey,
right.
Thanks for the steady listener increase we seem to be having.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, if you're welcome to the show. If you're a new listener and
buy a shirt.
And thanks for
all the other listeners are doing
it. You're right, all one of them. Oh, come on, man! I know we've got more listeners than Graphic Novice. They have 7. We have at least 8.
It's true. At least.
Although 2 of them might be the guys from Graphic Novice. So I don't
also
know.
True.
Much like 2 of their listeners are us. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Damn it! I don't know how this is working here.
I do know one thing, Brian.
What's that?
That was actually recorded live at the Battle of Crater 2. I don't know.
Crater 2. Oh, shit. Yeah. I don't even know. They've declared victory. We've declared victory. It's just a matter of semantics. And I'm pretty sure that at this point, I don't know. I don't know that I care about the moon anymore. I think it's time to move on to Mars.
It's by the time we're done figuring out this moon war, it's going to be a blood moon.
Maybe we can, sort some more stuff out in the future or something.
It's true.
Depending, we'll see how that works.
I mean, there'll
out.
be some loyal, salty language soldiers in some random crater.
Yeah.
Like in 50 years that still think the moon wars are happening.
Right. Like, hey man, didn't you hear? We won. When? No, 6-7 months ago.
I was just thinking he just lights up a random astronaut because, moon wars.
Fair enough. That's what Moon Wars is all about, actually. I don't think there's any winners.
No, there is no. Just us.
Yeah.
We get to watch it from Earth in our observatory.
Yeah.
On top of our wizard tower.
Right. It was all just, a way to see if people would go kill themselves, on the moon for no real reason.
Yes, just our amusement.
Just for our amusement. Yep, exactly.
Yes.
That's fair. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I don't see any other business stuffs. So,
Well, I don't know if it's really business to do with our show, per se.
Okay.
But over the weekend, the Couple Things Pod,
Okay.
they put out a tweet out of a bar they're at called the 16-Bit Bar.
Yeah.
These guys are in, southern Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to, because Jeannie showed me the picture. I'm like, the fuck? It was all these taps on the wall, and it just said 16-Bit Bar.
Yeah.
Which, the name caught my interest, right? So I had to Google the shit.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
One in Cincy, one in Columbus, one in Cleveland.
Yes.
It's a bar that they delve into the craft beers. And according to their website, their tagline is, if you're drinking, you play for free. And they just have a shitload of old school arcade games.
Which sounds awesome.
So we need to do a salty language road trip.
But not to Columbus. Because college town.
That's true. Well, Cleveland's fun. It's a good city.
Yeah. Columbus is going to have all those assholes from Ohio State.
If we go to Columbus, our pal Eric Palicki lives down there.
Yeah, I guess.
And we can finally get him on the show.
Maybe. We might be pretty drunk. Well, not might be. We'll be
What do you
pretty
mean,
drunk.
might be?
Yeah, I corrected myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, there is that. I read about the place actually, and they were like, make sure you don't go on weekends. And I'm like, duh, it's a college
really?
town.
No shit. I'll be there at 10 in the morning or whatever you open.
Yeah. I like that idea. Oh, God. Can you imagine if that place did open at 10 in the morning?
Line up pints. I'm going to be over here playing Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Right. They come over in between boards. You're just like dumping a pint down your face.
They come to bring me another one. I'm just dumping the pint into Donkey Kong, screaming, Here's your kill screen. Here's your fucking kill screen.
Meanwhile, I'd just be like opening my mouth trying to get him to just pour the beer in while I'm playing. Or they just, you just have a funnel hooked up to your face, basically, and they just dump another pint in there.
It's kind of like a race catheter.
A little bit.
For your face.
Kind of I was going to say, it's like the opposite of a race catheter. Things are going in.
It's true.
I don't think for race catheter things are supposed to go in.
That's a problem. If things are backing up, that's a problem.
You might want to slow down at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be like a rock lodged in the bottom of that thing.
You'd be pissing rocks at that point, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yikes.
Pissing rocks.
Trust me, firsthand, it's not any fun. Yeah, I'm with you. This place looked pretty awesome. I saw somebody on the face page posted it. And I was having a look-see at it. And I kept forgetting I was going to mention it to you, so I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, it looks like an awesome place to hang out.
Yeah. Because I saw a lot of people were like, Dave & Buster's, and I'm like, this is different than Dave & Buster's.
Plus it says you play for free as long as you're drinking.
Right. And
Dave & Buster's is, so not free.
Not even close. Not to mention, they also don't have a ton of, craft beers. They,
Yeah, it's like, hey, you need another Pabst? No.
Yes. Are we at a concert?
Am I looking not hydrated?
Yeah. Are all the other beers $4.50 a bottle? Yes, then. Otherwise, no. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
So, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you know about the diabetes?
Is this a serious thing or?
Well, just because there's a sign I saw.
Oh, okay.
That it piqued my curiosity.
What do you know about the diabetes? Only what Wilford Brimley has told me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So everything.
So and it's always in poor neighborhoods.
Also, hold on. I have one thing I'd like to say about diabetes. Fuck diabetes for what it did to Patrice O'Neal. Anyway, move on.
Indeed. I always notice this in poor neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just Toledo, maybe it's across the country. I don't know.
All right.
But there's handwritten signs, like little H stake signs, like you see in people's yards.
Oh yeah.
And it says, what the fuck did it say? I wrote it down.
Like we buy diabetes
testing cash
strips.
for diabetic test strips.
Yeah.
And a phone number.
Yeah.
Don't people with diabetes need these?
You know what it is? I'm pretty sure it's like Medicare or whatever, Medicaid, whatever the hell it is, pays for X amount, and a lot of people don't need that many, or they'll reuse ones and then sell off the extras.
What do these people do with them? You know what I'm saying?
Probably sell them to people who don't have insurance, I'm guessing. Or
oh, you know what? You're probably right.
Or there's metal in them. Maybe there's a scrappable material
metal.
in them. Hairband, what?
Yeah, I kept seeing the signs, and I finally had to be like, I need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
I know, I keep seeing them too, and I have the same thoughts, because it's like, who has extras? Because,
it seems like you need them.
Yeah, like my mom got them for a while, because she had the diabetes, and it, has. And she got what she needed, basically. Like, they give you a few extra, and that's probably, in case...
you fuck one up.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get a weird reading on them too. Like you'll take the number and it'll be astronomical. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to retest because
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Sure, you give you a few extras, but I don't know.
And what are they paying?
I know. I kind of want to know. Maybe we should get someone on the podcast.
You call the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 10 of them. How much will you give me?
I have 3 left this month. What do you? Reminds me of. oh shit, what show was I watching? There was some show I was watching, and like the people were like gathering drugs, like and each person was just bringing what they could, and then the guy, there was a guy that went and was that Daredevil that they did that in? No, it wasn't Daredevil. What the hell was it? There was some I can't remember what it was. Anyway, there was some show, and it was a group of old guys in like a retirement home, and each one of them had like a few pills, and maybe it was a comic. I'm thinking it was a comic book the more I think about it. Anyway, and then they like sell off the pills, kind of a thing. So anyway,
yeah, every time I see one of science, it always strikes me as weird.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, it's never in an affluent neighborhood. It's always the poor neighborhoods.
Right. You're right. It's like I kind of want to call and just get the deets.
Yeah.
Like, so explain to me your program, sir.
You know what? I've never Googled it.
Oh, yeah, there's, I guess that. Like, we're sitting here asking questions, and Google generally has the answer to everything.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, look at that. It's the top one.
Yeah, of course it is. Let's see what we got here.
See here. Wow, there's a website called teststrips.com.
Because they're extra cool, right?
They are. So I'm going to teststrips.com.
Strips.
Managing diabetes is your business. Making it affordable is ours. All right.
Yeah, I bet I'm right. Or close to it.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Where they buy the strips from people who don't need them and then sell them at a discounted price.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it.
Yeah, to uninsured folks.
So you're not making that much for a box of 100. They'll give you $18.
Yeah, I guess the way to look at it is if you're somebody on a fixed income, $18 could be.
That's true. I mean, I guess kids gotta eat.
Yeah.
I mean, but fuck, that's pretty.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, they have an Amazon store. And they sell on eBay. Awesome. I want to see how much they're selling this shit for.
Just kind of.
Good googly moogly.
What?
The ones they were selling for, they'll give you $18 for it. They're selling on Amazon for $55.
That's fair.
Why not just set up your own Amazon store?
Right.
Let's cut out test strips.
I'm honestly surprised it's not like illegal somehow. Like if
maybe it's
Medicare,
one of those things. It's like because it's not like
Yeah.
These are prescription. They have your name on them.
Well, and they're not a medicine. They're just a test strip.
Right.
So it's but it's like I'm surprised there isn't. You know what I mean? Like the government hasn't made some sort of like, hey, Medicare, Medicaid paid for these, so we're not. But I've heard that with other things too, that people have done that with like some of the people who need like catheters and stuff like that the government will pay for it. But
raised catheters?
No, not raised catheters.
Oh, goddamn.
No. Apparently, they don't feel that raised catheters are a need.
Racist.
Right? But yeah, that they'll get like extras. Like you'll need like how many ever you need a month, and they'll give you, and again, the point is generally to give you extras in case you need them, but across like months you acquire a lot of extras.
I like to make my catheters stretch so I can sell the extras. Oh, God.
Right?
The Dirty Catheters, sweet band name.
Ugh. I don't know that I want I want a t-shirt. Yeah, I do.
Right?
Yeah. See, that would be something I would love to do for t-shirts off the podcast, is come up with shit like that. Like band names where we're like, oh, that'd be an awesome band, and just make a band shirt.
Do you know how many of those bands we came up with?
That's what I'm saying, but unfortunately we don't have all that written down. We'd have to comb the archives
or have someone do it for us.
Yeah. Which would be
wink,
awesome.
wink.
Yeah. Because, like, of the various stuff, or make up, like, the White Muddin' official T-shirt and, stuff like that.
Duh.
Yeah. Hobo Gulch.
Team White Muddin'.
Right. Naturally.
This is like a racing team.
Of course. It's a racist team. But anyway.
Hell yeah. Wait, I mean, no.
No.
Damn Filipinos.
Right. Wow.
You must look into the future for that.
I was going to say, that's a call forward.
That won't come out till Thursday.
Yeah. It's a callback in real time, but a call forward in podcast time.
Indeed.
Well, I guess it's a little callback, but anyway. Yeah, but or like a Hobo Gulch, T-shirt, which should probably happen.
Hysterical.
Yeah, well, it's fun for the whole family.
It is.
It's the #1 destination for families.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
In the greater southern, northern Utah region.
In the
whatever.
greater Hobo Gulch region.
Yeah, wherever it is.
Yeah.
Wherever we decide to make it.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Utah. Because
Is it now?
Because we can talk about something that happened in the Utah. And
Oh.
this isn't Mormon related, oddly enough.
Is it Heno related?
He's not in Utah.
No, he's in Idaho.
Idaho. Yeah.
Damn it, Idaho now. That old joke.
Yeah, that's pretty
Ugh.
awful.
My dad told me that. It's a total dad joke.
Oh, yeah, it's a dad joke for sure, yeah. So when Tony and I were yammering at each other before we started recording, you know, occasionally, like, generally I have Twitter up, and I'll see the trending stuffs. And there were one of them that grabbed my attention was the headline says, Minor League Baseball team calls off Caucasian Heritage Night. The minor league baseball team, Orem Owls, with a Z, because, again, extra cool, had a Caucasian Heritage Night scheduled, but they called it off after acknowledging the insensitivity of such, given recent events. Now, given recent events, shouldn't even take place in that.
No. Are they talking about,
Like,
what's her name?
We don't need, that Rachel Dolezal or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
It's like, we don't need a Caucasian Heritage Night ever. Again, when people talk about, well, what about white history this? And it's like, when you go through school, it's all white history. You're constantly taught white history, okay? Yes. Think of all the times in school you were taught about anyone of any significance throughout history that was African American.
Right.
Pretty simple to name the list. Most people can probably get most of them. What? Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. Who am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting a big one. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Shaft. Naturally.
Because he's a bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
I'm just talking about Shaft.
Oh, I can dig it.
All right, so, anywho, moving a little forward here. The Owls released a statement explaining that the idea of a Caucasian Heritage Night was meant to be a humorous one, invoking white people's stereotypes. Not funny. Like you're a minor league baseball team. Just leave the shtick to comedians, you know?
It's true.
All right.
What sort of stereotypes are we going to do here? Sweaters tied around our necks?
Yes.
What else?
I was thinking that you hand out blankets to, anyone of any sort of, American Indian descent.
Right.
You...
Your whole section of seats moves into the better section.
Yeah.
And just the other people go to the worst seats.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the whole thing is that on the night, it's all about whoever's sitting in the worst seating. By the end of the night, will end up in the best seating.
Oh, and go to the moon, too.
And go to the moon. Yeah, you're right. All right, so here we go. This is the official statement.
Okay.
You may have read that Orem Owls had long ago scheduled Caucasian Heritage Night as one of its 38 promotions, because, we all know minor league baseball teams are constantly doing
every fucking week.
Dumb promotions.
Oh, God, it's flowers in your asshole night down here at Owls Stadium.
Damn, did we miss that again? Damn it. It's an odd way of saying that your ass has an interesting bouquet.
Right.
See, I double, yeah, all right.
Nice.
Minor League Baseball in the Orem Owls.
Only a terrible one's a rose.
Yeah. Nice. Is about baseball, togetherness, and family fun for all ages, of all races, religions, and orientations. Our goal in this promotion, like any of our promotions, is to have fun and make fun of everyday normalcies. Our night was to include Wonder Bread on burgers with mayonnaise, clips from shows like Friends and Seinfeld, and trying to solve the vertical leaping challenge. We understand in light of recent tragic events that our intentions may have been misconstrued. For that, we sincerely apologize. The Owls are committed to all its fans, families, and fans of baseball alike, no matter who you are. The event has been removed from our promotional schedule effective immediately.
Okay. I gotta throw something in here real quick.
You gonna throw some shade, as the kids say?
Word. My comments are gonna be on fleek.
Stop.
So if they, white Caucasian Heritage Night had mayonnaise and Wonder Bread and clips from Friends or whatever else. Mm-hmm. So if they did African American Heritage Night, would they be serving watermelon and fried chicken? The whole stadium would burn to the ground. Are you kidding me?
Well, on Caucasian Heritage Night, it might be if someone happens to be reenacting like Sherman,
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
I
I know, right? It's like you
if
want to
they
just
did Asian American Awareness Night and everyone like put on Raiden hats and had egg rolls.
exactly.
There would be
And the big
outrage.
The big teeth and the
exactly. Like
sucky
the Charlie Chan glasses.
God,
there would be fucking outrage.
And it's funny because realistically, you can't. You can make fun of stereotypes and shit, but you can't reverse racism, which, whatever. But anyway, but you're right. It's like, why would you do this? Like, even if it's a tongue-in-cheek thing, it's like, again, Caucasians are the only group you can do a tongue-in-cheek Heritage Night to. You absolutely could not do this for any other group without getting, like you said, the stadium burnt to the ground or something.
It would be insane.
But why would you think this is just a good idea?
If you want to play clips from Friends, do 90s night.
Yeah.
Do
seriously.
shitty sitcom night.
Exactly. Ugh, please.
If you want to serve mayonnaise, do, whipped egg emulsion night.
I was going to say, just do mayonnaise night. Ugh. Oh, here you are on the mayonnaise cam. Anyway.
Just a chick getting bukkakied. Oh, God, wrong video.
Whoops-a-daisy. And for that, we sincerely apologize. Right from their thing.
It's Bukkake Heritage Night.
Oh, man. Oh, God. So the very first comment, because, I love reading the comments page.
Yeah, it's true.
So they caved in to TOO. People whining about it. Surprise, minorities complaining about something yet once again. First of all, learn some fucking grammar. Second of all, this is why we can't have nice things, even though we're white.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the next one makes comments that have to do with that church shooting, and
well, of course.
Like, what? Another instance of white fragility, so eager to play the victim, then lash out like children. No, this is just a company doing something really stupid. People called them for their dumb shit, and they caved like they should have done, really. Like the next one. Who thought this was a good idea in the first place?
That's exactly the comment.
You win the internet, sir. Mr.
Because,
West 1212.
Yeah, I'm not. I could care less if they did Caucasian Heritage Night.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. It is a dumb idea, but what just annoys me is how the double standard of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do appreciate this one. Caucasian Heritage Night is every night in baseball.
Exactly.
Right? God. I gotta stop reading these. Anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just like one is like kind of funny and then the next one is just awful.
Just horrible.
Just stupid. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. We haven't done a stupid-ass story in a while, so I figured it was time when I saw that.
That is fascinating to me.
Yeah. Really weird here. It says more from Mediaite, which is the website this is from.
Right.
More from them. One of their little headlines, Jenny McCarthy nude photos Playboy leaked online.
What are they, new ones? I've seen her nude in Playboy before.
Yeah,
that was 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was like, you do realize the two ways Jenny McCarthy got famous are singled out and nudity.
Them titties.
Yeah, and them titties, exactly. It's like, everybody done seen them titties at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
If you haven't, I mean, but I'll click on the link just because I'm curious.
My teenage boner appreciated those pictures.
Exactly. Now it's like, now all I can think of when I think of her is, not vaccinating your children. So.
Yeah, exactly. Measles. That's all I think of.
Yeah, apparently the, oh my God, this is old as hell. Never mind. This is from fucking 2012. Why would you even put that down there? Anyway, even then.
Clickbait.
Even then, really stupid. Because,
yes.
Everybody had already seen them titties then. So it's again, there's nothing new about it.
The only reason to look now is just like, well, are they holding up? but it's in Playboy, so it's heavily edited.
And they're altered breastises anyway, so they could be tightened up. It's not that big a deal anymore. So it's like, meh.
I do believe they're on Reddit. They're called bolt-on titties.
Wow, that's an interesting name for them.
Yes. But, you know, I mean, let's be honest. You'd still have to throw her one. Just out of respect.
As long as she just doesn't say a word about vaccinations.
Like,
Maybe.
just at the moment of climax, just scream, "I'm vaccinating you."
That's got to be one of the worst things to yell at that point, you know. I mean, I'm sure there's worse things, you know, like I have AIDS or whatever, but yeah, you know. Good look creepy. Oh, man. All right, so...
I guess just because it's got me thinking about dopey kids now, you know, screaming as you're climbing.
Right. As is tradition. I have, like, night terrors at climax point, you know? I thrash, and, yeah, it's pretty awful. That's why I'm lonely.
No, I had earlier this week. I'd take some stuff into a child psychology type center thing. Right.
I have a feeling this story is not going to live up to the slow reveal of the guy in the shorts from last week.
No, that was epic. No,
yeah. All right,
but no, it's just an observation because the dumb twat in front of me is like, "Oh, hold on a second," you know, doing her dumb shit. When you know, just take this thing so I can leave. That's all I was thinking.
Right now, you're talking about sex again, right?
Huh?
You're talking about sexual things, right?
Yeah, well, duh.
Just take this thing so I can leave.
So it was, you know, I'm here to make a delivery.
Nice.
I have a package for you. You know,
right.
All the jokes.
Sure.
But although there is a highlight to the end of the story.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like the end of the rainbow was in the story.
All right.
So, but I'm observing all these kids that have like ADHD, you know, all the problems around me.
Sure.
And the one thing I noticed is half the kids, if they weren't acting, you know, like crazy and bouncing off of shit,
yeah,
was when they were doing that, their parents were just on their phone the whole time.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. Or the kids were completely buried in an iPad with headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they were doing therapy stuff. Is that a possibility?
Or you talking? I mean, these are all in the waiting room.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
of course.
They're all just they're not actually in.
Yeah, I don't know why they would have. I'm assuming that there's some like coliseum of them just with children's and parents everywhere just enacting therapies, in mixed company,
as they should.
Right.
Because like I noticed, a couple weeks ago. Like, the kids are talking to me, and I'm just like fucking around on my phone while they're talking to me, and I didn't hear a thing they said. So I've been trying to, like, put the phone down more.
It's fine. They got nothing good to say until they're older anyway. Unless
I'm actually trying to, like, engage them as people,
So, So what we're finding out here, actually, is that you were actually told weeks ago where that Nook charger was.
Yeah, maybe.
You just weren't listening.
Yeah, really. No shit.
Like, Dad, I'm going to put the Nook charger in this other room by the bed.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird observation. That the kids were going AWOL and the parents are just.
Yeah.
And it just makes me think, like, well, maybe if you paid attention to your child.
When has that ever worked?
Yeah. But let me get to the rainbow of the story, though.
Okay.
The end of the rainbow was a miracle.
Skype's giving you some robot voice right now. So
fucking Skype.
Yeah, there we go. I think it readjusted.
So the end of the rainbow. I'm finally get this lady's attention so I can leave, and I hear this because she's talking to this person about like, oh, well, this way work for you, and all I hear is, well, I'm kind of busy that day. And because I hear the voice.
Sure, you got to look.
And I'm on full alert. And I look, and I see the top of a head above the counter, and there's a little person with long rocker hair, a big beard, and he's got, like, unfortunately, ICP tattoos on both his forearms.
Wow, yeah. So
it was the greatest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Just random ones or short sleeves? Sorry, anyway, move on.
It's acceptable. And I'm very aware of the little person because
real quick, when you say rocker hair, you're meaning like a luxurious mane of hair, not like.
Well, I mean, he had long hair. I wouldn't call it luxurious because it didn't look like he was taking much. Like, he needs to mix in a little Pantene or something.
Okay,
you know,
mix it in with Some water, maybe.
I don't know, whatever they washed their hair with, fairy dust. I don't know, cookie crumbs, wherever they live.
Cookie crumbs. You see someone throwing a bag of cookies away, he's like, score!
Yes. I assume he exfoliates with like sprinkles. I don't know.
Sure, why not? Who doesn't?
It's true. Yeah. Probably weren't even real tattoos. Probably just crayon marks.
It's really awkward when you take me to an ice cream bar.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I like how you went beard, I went all over body.
Well, because exfoliate.
Yeah, I know, but you can exfoliate anywhere. So
it's true. The full body exfoliation.
Right.
Yeah, I exfoliated Jenny McCarthy.
Excuse me for liking full body leisure.
Oh, I love a good midget sighting. I know it's a bad word, but I'm saying it anyway.
Yeah. Especially like, man, with that voice, you know.
That's what got me. As I heard the voice, I was like, "Oh my god, what was that?"
Well, yeah, because you would have looked no matter who it was at a voice like that. You're like, who's got that voice?
I felt the same way a squatcher feels when he hears like that grunting in the woods.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah, I got all excited.
Except that you've actually seen a little person.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Versus these people pretending they've ever seen a squatch.
Right.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not taking that
back.
It's
not even.
I'm not taking that back. I'm standing by it. You show me proof. Otherwise, I stand by my statement.
And actually, the same day, and I tweeted about this. This is a weird day at work I had. I went to another place.
No, Tony. Last week you told a weird day at work story.
Well, that's true. But it's a place I've been to. I've bullshitted this woman before. Could be my aunt.
Right.
Like that age range, you know?
Yeah.
My mom, that age. Yeah. You get it.
I get you.
But I'm in there, and she's like, "Have you lost weight since the last time I saw you?" I'm like, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Like I took a shit.
Then she's like, "Well, either that or maybe I'm just looking too hard." Just kind of gave me a look.
Like I didn't lose weight in my dick.
Like, whoa. Yeah. I felt objectified, Brian.
Right. She's treating you like a piece of meat.
I know. What am I?
God, fucking savages.
I know. And if she wasn't, old, it would have been fine.
Right. You'd throw her one for the story.
But it just felt weird.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Maybe you finally learned your lesson.
I know. Even
Stop
when you're
women.
in your late 60s, you probably need a good dickin'. But I'm not the guy to look to.
Especially not when you're, saying, "Have you lost weight?" Although, ladies, if you're listening, that's a great thing to say if anyone sends you a dick pic. Just be like, "Have you lost weight?"
That's hilarious. Like, what are you, fasting?
Yeah. Oh my!
What is this, Ramadan?
Well, actually,
it's pretty close, isn't it?
Pretty close, yeah. Oh man! So I saw the other day, because I follow Iron Sheik on the Instagram, as you do, and as everyone should be. Because,
I love all the Virgil shit he's been doing lately.
Because Sheik Baby the Real,
Right.
And anyway, did you see that they were advertising on there for like if you that you can have him call and humble somebody for $35?
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate holiday gift. Have the Sheik humble your friends and family. And I was like, if I had $35, I would so have had this done for you.
It's really not terrible.
No, I so would have had Sheik call and humble you.
You'd have to warn me so I could record it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you don't want to leave.
I'd have him humble me. Fuck.
Yeah, right?
Jesus.
I was like, this might be the best use of $35 that's ever been.
Like, I would let it go to voicemail, and you can humble my voicemail, and I can keep it forever.
Oh, yeah, and play it for everybody. And
yeah.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, and put it on the show, and yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. See, if we had, stockpiles of money for the show, like, Wizard Tower kind of money, we could do this. Yeah. And send it to other people.
Unfortunately, he'd probably want money.
Yeah.
But I would love to get him on the show.
Oh, my God. I know, right?
But we don't have the kind of pull to get him on for free.
No, unfortunately. Like
until people start buying T-shirts.
Right. Come on, help us get chic money.
Cheeky baby.
Oh, no, I meant like chic. Like, the ones that are on the richest people in the world list.
Right, like the ones you see with, like, tigers in their Ferraris or whatever.
Yeah, they eat, like, gold-plated tigers for dinner. Yeah.
Delicious.
My favorite. Yeah, I don't know if it's still going on, but the information was email chicshop@gmail.com for more info. So that would just be amazing. I would just love to have that happen.
That would be awesome.
Right? Because I know there's others, like Vader does it, and there's other people that, like, I don't know, there's a website or something that I know, like Vader, meaning the pro wrestler Vader.
Right.
Not Darth Vader.
Not Darth.
Although I'm sure some asshole will call you and pretend to be Darth Vader. But
it's not the real.
No.
Just jabroni.
Yeah, he's jabroni for sure. He's not the number one,
No.
Shake it, baby. It's like I was watching Robot Chicken the other night, and they had a thing with it was basically a toy of Sheik going around like humbling everything, just throwing everything in the camel clutch. And the whole time I'm like, that really sounds like Sheik. And I'm like, I bet they. And then in the credits, of course, they have his like real name, which I can't remember. And I was like, holy shit, Sheik actually did the voice. That's perfect. Because the whole time it's just like, shake it, baby, humble you, and just jumps on something and throws it in the camel clutch. And like one of his friends or something dies, and as he's crying, he's throwing it in the camel clutch. It's just, yeah. So, anyway, I don't know if people will, appreciate it as much as we will, but they should.
Fuck them.
Those are the people we need. See, again, this is where I'd love if we had more, money and pull, is I would so love to call and do this and just basically do a contest and just random person gets to be humbled by Sheik, basically.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Because that would be awesome. So,
indeed.
Yeah. I knew you'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine idea.
Right?
See, if people buy T-shirts and then do selfies in funny areas or something.
Yeah.
Like women's locker rooms.
Damn it, Tony.
I mean, hey. Then we pick the best one.
Right, and they get humbled by Sheik.
They get humbled by Sheik impersonators.
Yeah, it's one of us, or both of us.
Yes.
That would be kind of fun to do, though. Call somebody and just yell at them.
I got a new thing.
Okay.
And it's not new for everyone else. It's new for me, though.
Oh, okay.
Iced coffee, my friend.
Always with the coffee.
Dude, it's got pros and cons.
Yeah. Con, it's coffee. Anyways.
That's a big pro. Pro, it's coffee.
Nope, con.
Pro, it's cold, and it's been fucking hot out lately.
True, I'll give you that.
Here's the con, my friend.
It's coffee. I already acknowledged that.
No. That's the good part. See, with coffee, because I can't drink it when it's like nuclear hot.
Sure.
It takes me a while to drink a cup of coffee, so I get that like kind of constant, steady stream.
Right.
With iced coffee, I just house it.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, that was like the only coffee I've really ever drank, and it wasn't because I liked it. It was, for caffeine, was when I worked at Hollywood Video, we had Frappuccinos, those little bottles of them, and I used to go, every day I'd just start the day off by housing 2 or 3 of them. And
there you go.
And that was exactly why. Because they were cold, I could just boom and put them down and move on,
Yeah, that's the problem, because I find myself, I get one, I'm just like, just slurping it down. I realize the fucking cup's empty already. It's like, oh, good God.
Like, I guess I need another one. You just picture you with, I don't know, some sort of thermos or whatever, keeping it cold. Just a huge one, though,
You get one of those big Bubba cups.
Yeah, or just filling a cooler with it. The coolers that have got the spout on the side. Yeah.
Like, mister, that's my Gatorade container.
Yeah, not
out of the
anymore,
way, kid. I'm filling up coffee.
Yep. Just stiff arm to the face.
Yep.
Smush. As is tradition.
Yeah, so it's a delicious snack that I used to hate.
Yeah.
Just like IPAs. I used to hate them.
Right.
Now I love them.
Did you see, there was a thing I saw on the Facebook from the Michigan Beer
I saw that IPAs give you titties.
Yeah, the IPAs have like
hormones
estrogen
in them, like
stuff.
soy does.
Yeah. Which makes
saw
perfect sense. But I was like, there's I know a lot of people that drink a lot of IPAs and don't really have man tits. So
yeah, I'm not. No.
And again, and by the time you start drinking IPAs, theoretically and by the law, you're past puberty, so it shouldn't affect you as much as, it's not like...
I mean, I have read that, like if you're trying to get mad gains, bro, in the gym,
right,
that eating, like, soy products will hamper that because it counters your testosterone.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's probably the same idea.
Which makes sense, because you know how the vegetarian... No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. So, and I read that, and I was like, nobody who drinks IPA is going to give a shit about this.
Yeah,
article.
I read it, and I was like, huh. I still love IPAs.
Yeah, it's like, huh.
They're still delicious.
Start knocking them back all day.
Yeah, all day.
Yep. So here's something funny. I saw a commercial today, and it was in Livonia. Sorry for the local stuffs here a little bit, but it was in Livonia, Michigan, which is, a little bit north of here, whatever.
For sure.
And it's it's kind of like a farmer's market kind of place. Like, they got a bunch of, like, fresh foods, and they have, meats and such. And they're like, and, a bunch of, like, craft beer. In the commercial, the craft beer, the first one they show is Lion and Kugel Summer Shandy.
That's not a craft beer.
And I'm like, listen, by definition, it's a craft beer.
Well, I guess so.
However, I was like, this is a local company that this market is a local company. Why are you showing a Lion and Kugel's box?
Yeah, that's a Wisconsin beer.
Why aren't you showing one of the bajillion fantastic Michigan beers?
In fact, in my booze fest of barbecue,
right,
when we ran out of the good beer,
yeah,
I was like, "There's a summer shandy. I like these things," and I drank it, and I was like, "Wow, this doesn't taste like anything."
Yeah,
I used to enjoy them. They don't do it for me anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the only time I really like them is like if it's hot and someone hands me one, I'm like, cool, because it's kind of refreshing, and then I want something else afterwards. I don't want another one.
I think I've just had better beers that are like that.
Sure.
Right.
I understand.
But you're right. If it's a Michigan thing, there's enough good Michigan beer.
Right. I mean now it's
that's
possible.
like calling Blue Moon a craft beer.
Yeah. Exactly. Especially if you lived in, like, I don't know, Grand Rapids or something.
Right,
but
exactly.
Whatever. But, it's like, well, maybe Lion and Kugel's pays them for the spot or something. Because they do show, like, they show a picture of their beers, and they've got, I can see, because I recognize the labels, they've got beers from, various fine places in Michigan.
Right.
But I was just like, there's so many good beers that aren't that far from you. Why would you highlight a beer that's not?
It could be one of those things where Lion and Kugel, that summer shandy was like a boom.
Yeah.
When it hit.
Yeah.
And they might just be like, let's get this Lion and Kugel, this shandy dollars, son.
Well, and the time of year, I'm sure it sells very well this time of year. Because,
if I don't know if you've noticed this year, like Coors, like Labatt, they have lemon beers.
Yeah, like everybody's doing the shandy concepts and stuff. Yeah, even though some of those shandies are like malt liquor with, lemon, but
basically,
yeah,
it's kind of like Steel Reserve Blackberry.
You mean BLK? You mean BLK berry?
Yeah, Blackberry.
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 Yeah.
I used to have a Blackberry. I hated it.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, that commercial just caught me off, because I was disappointed.
Yeah, I could see that being kind of odd.
Because I've heard of this place before, and I've heard that it's a pretty fine market, that and everything. But I was like, damn them. Like, somebody needs to get a hold of them and be like, listen. In fact, one of the Michigan beer companies should get a hold of them and be like, what are you doing?
You're like, bitch, please.
Buy local, yo. It's like all over your commercial. Local produce, local this. But Wisconsin beer? Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, savage.
Not only is, because I looked at the breweries we're going to be driving around.
Of course.
Not only is Lion and Kugel Wisconsin beer, it's Green Bay. The heart of,
cheese.
Yeah.
It's not a cheese beer at all.
The heart of cheese.
Oh, man, a cheese beer. Wait.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
A beer cheese is delicious, though.
Beer cheese is the shit.
Cheese beer, probably a terrible idea.
Yeah. Holy shit. It just, all this beer talk.
Yeah.
You ever watched Man Finds Food? Have we talked about that show
You've
before?
talked about it before. I still have not watched it, no.
I watched one the other day. He was in, I think, Philly, and this mystery off-the-menu sandwich. Don't remember what it's called. Don't remember whatever.
Hamburger.
But, oh, my God, Cat. It's a chicken burger, right?
Okay.
That's got beer on it. Not beer batter. It has beer on it.
But how does this happen?
Exactly. The chef, what she does is she takes beer and she freezes it like a beer shot, basically.
Nice. Right.
and then wraps it in a wonton and fries it.
Oh, that's awesome. I heard
So when
about...
you bite into it, it's liquid beer.
Okay, because you know what? I'll almost bet money that they're the ones who were doing the because there was somebody at the state fair. We talked about on the show forever ago that there was someone at a state fair. I think it was in Wisconsin that they were deep frying beer, and it was
that's probably where they got this idea from.
Right. That's an awesome idea, though.
I know. I was like, fuck, I want to eat that.
Out of curiosity, did they say what kind of beer? Like what type of beer? You know, I mean, not brand, but
just by the color, it's something, you know, like a lager.
Yeah, just a generic lager. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that could really change a taste of a chicken burger.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I would love to give it a try.
I bet. Especially they throw a shandy on top of it for
Dude,
you.
it's like an adult gusher.
Actually, yeah, anyway, no. Like, I think Pornhub
We're
has
talking
a lot
about
of adult-
vaginas.
yeah, I think we are. Yeah. Put some beer on that, you know? Yeah. Oh, God. Adult gusher.
You know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Right.
I think I pointed it out.
Oh, yeah, good point.
This would have been a good time for a more seductive than sex drop.
You mean where is it? There it is.
More seductive than sex.
Sorry.
It's been so long since I looked at this thing.
We're out of it. We'll get back to normal. Macho Man was lazy this week, but we had to get him in. Well, he was already in earlier. But yeah. So.
Yeah.
So, did you see American Gods got optioned for a TV show?
Really?
Yeah. And I know
Really?
you knows what I'm talking about. For those who don't, it's a book by Neil Gaiman. It's a fantastic book.
It's a great book, yeah.
And although, you know, as always, I'm always, you know, a little screwed when they're like, a TV show, because, you know, sometimes they're like, let's not make it anything like the book.
Right.
Let me see here. I got a little article here. Stars picked it up.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Where's it going?
Right.
Stars. Didn't they do Spartacus on Stars?
Yes, sir.
Right,
And Brian Fuller is connected, who,
right.
you know, Hannibal and Heroes, for those who don't know, he's worked on those. It says production will begin as soon as American Gods' lead role of Shadow Moon is cast, a journey fans can follow online at #CastingShadow, which is all...
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, which is all anyone gives a crap about anyway. But, you know, because everyone wants to know who Shadow will be.
Right.
But, you
Only
know...
the Shadow knows.
Damn it, Tony. But anyway, you know, it's just been, you know, the series has been ordered, so it's a long way from fruition at this point. But, you know, still cool.
That's cool, though.
Yep. I always thought it'd be an awesome, like, mini-series or something, but, you know, I don't know. I was looking to see if it says if it's what kind it is, because it just says series. It doesn't say, I'm assuming if it was a mini-series, it would say mini-series, but I don't know.
Right.
Either way, the characters in it would be awesome anyway, so I could see where you
definitely
could have a lot of fun playing in that sandbox, you know. So, smooth operator. All right, so here's kind of a callback.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little comic talk, but...
that's fine.
It's you know how last month I told you about the top 10 comics, and we were surprised that, like, Convergence had so many books in it?
Right.
The next month, which is, was it? Actually, no, were those... Was that May we talked about before?
I think so.
No, because this actually has some what do you call it, titles in it. I don't know, maybe it does. I don't know. This can't be. These are all too new. Anywho, but this list for the top 300 comics, it's got no, because most of these are not Star Wars titles. That's what it was. Star Wars before was like half of Marvel's titles. Anyways,
right.
Like in the top 10, there's 2 Convergence books this time. Now, in the top, like, 15, there's, 3, 4 Convergence books. So, you know, they're still near the top, but the numbers have come way down compared to... and oddly enough, like, each one that's come out, like, number 5 did 103,000, 6 did 101,000, 8 did 99,000, 7 was 90... You know, so it's kind of trickled down a little bit as the series has gone on.
Right.
It's hot garbage.
Did you call it hot garbage?
I did, yeah. So in the top 10, there's 2 Convergence books, which comprise I believe, the only DC titles. All the rest are Marvel books, except for there's one called Bravest Warriors Tales, Hollow John #1, that's from Boom, that did 502,000 in sales.
Really?
I have no idea what book this is. Like, I don't even remember seeing this, so I don't. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, the other books for Marvel are Darth Vader #5 is #8, Old Man Logan #1, A-Force #1, Deadpool's Secret Wars #1, Star Wars #5, Secret Wars #2, and then at #1 was Secret Wars #1.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the month before, DC dominated, then Secret Wars started, and then Marvel is now dominating. I'm kind of curious to see
what happens next month.
Yeah, well, Convergence is over, essentially, so it's now DC starting to launch books out of, after Convergence and stuff.
Right.
So we'll get to some of that a little bit later, maybe, if I talk about it. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was kind of interesting how DC's books have kind of fallen. And even, like, as you scroll down to even,
scroll.
in the top 20, DC has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. DC has 4 books in the top 20.
Wow, that's it, huh?
Yep. Marvel has all of the rest except for that one, that Bravest Warriors.
That's why I'd love to know what's going on with that book.
Yeah, Marvel has 15 of the top 20 books. The first Image book is Walking Dead 141, which comes in at 21.
Right.
So, yeah, that's pretty wild how quickly that turned.
People shit on Marvel and whatnot, but they're clearly doing something right.
Yeah. Oh, and their event's way better. Again, maybe it's like I've said before, maybe it's because I'm more of a Marvel person than a DC person, I think, but, the Secret War stuff is way better.
Right.
So, let's see. What else did I got here? So, did you see... Well, I'm sure a lot of people noticed that E3 was this past week.
Right.
And there was a lot of news. Like, a lot of it is, as I was talking with Fluffy Bunny Ash, and we were talking, and she mentioned that there's a lot of big news that came out of it, but a lot of it is really safe news, like sequels and stuff that they know are going to go over really well versus new properties, And,
it's like Hollywood.
Yeah.
Remakes and sequels.
Oh, yeah. Or anything, honestly. Like, again, they'd rather put out a new flavor of Dorito than a whole new chip, because the Doritos brand already, sells. Which is why there's like 19 versions of Mountain Dew now. Did you see that they announced that Final Fantasy VII is going to get an HD remake?
I did see that. And I know a lot of people collectively creamed their pants when that happened.
Myself included, because I just wanted them to port it to, like, put it in the Sony store even.
Right.
Like, to where I could just download it, because, like, if you go to buy a copy of it, it's expensive. The last time I looked, copies of it can go for, it depends. I've seen them go for hundreds of dollars. Which is nuts, and there's no way in hell I'm paying that for an old game.
Well, plus you need an old PlayStation to play it on.
Exactly.
And a memory card.
I could play it on my PS3.
Oh.
But PS4 does not have backwards compatibility. But they're saying that this is a total remake, though. Like, it's not just them going, oh, let's turn it into HD and put it back out there, that they're going to remake it, fix problems that were in the game and stuff like that.
Huh.
But still, people super excited.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I did that over that Battlefront 3 multiplayer video I watched earlier.
Right, I told you about that,
the Battle Hoth one?
Yeah, that was actually the next thing I was going to talk about, because that came out of E3 also.
Good googly moogly.
For those not aware, shame on you, because we talked about this game before, so...
We did.
What the hell's wrong with you? They put up a couple of new multiplayer and actual gameplay videos from Star Wars Battlefront, which, holy jeebus.
Yeah.
Game looks awesome, especially if you're a fan of Battlefield, because it looks a lot like Battlefield, the way things hit and damage and stuff.
Well, it's the same company, DICE.
Sure, it's an awesome engine to build on. And Star Wars, it's got all the Star Wars stuff. Like, the video shows, like, you're on Hoth, and, the first thing is, like, you have to stop walkers from getting to the base. you know, which it shows a guy, like guys running around on foot shooting at various things. And then you see like one's in a ship flying around and they're actually doing the rope thing around, or not rope, but you know,
to take out the walker.
Yeah, to take the legs out. And I just love, like, you see this and then all this action's going on. You're like, this is crazy. And then right in front of you, you see someone getting force choked. And the guy, like, turns in the camera, and when the camera, turns to the right, you see Vader standing, like, 3 feet from the dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if that's a crap your pants moment, you know?
But then it cuts to someone playing as Luke.
Right. Now, I wonder if you can actually at any point play as them, or if they just come in and do something.
In Battlefront 2,
yeah,
you like, if you went on a certain amount of, like, streak, it gave you the ability to play as Jedi.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You're
Yeah,
right.
so I'm assuming that they'll let you play as a Jedi at some point.
So cool. Yeah.
Or Luke or Vader or whatever.
You know, and it's funny because I am not the biggest Star Wars nerd by any stretch, but I cannot be more excited for this game to come out.
Now, is this going to be cross-platform or is it PlayStation only?
I think it's cross-platform.
Okay, because everything I keep seeing for it is like
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's all it's like.
I know. I mean, that's what I don't have an Xbox One. I have a PlayStation 4, so that's what I'll be getting it on. But
see, I still haven't upgraded.
Yeah.
But this is one of those games that would like make me seriously consider upgrading.
For sure, yeah.
Because I always loved that series.
Yeah, and it looks like an awesome game. It really does. And there's co-op stuff, not just multiplayer, but co-op stuff.
Right.
Which, you know, you and I have always had fun playing. So if that's an option, that depending on what it is, that could be cool.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't want it to just be waves of troopers that you have to, you know, survive.
Yeah, like horde mode or whatever.
Yeah, I want it to be actual missions because, you know, the games that are doing that, we've had a lot of fun playing actual co-op missions and stuff. Cause
yeah, for sure.
Generally, we're crazy assholes when we play them.
Absolutely.
But man, yeah, there's 2 of those. I'll put links up for the videos in the show notes because there's 2 of them and they're both like just mind-blowingly good. So another big thing that came out of there, well, it came out a little bit before, but was the announcement of Fallout 4. That came out a little sooner. But then they announced did you see the special edition with the Pip-Boy thing? It's actually it's a wearable like thing, and you can lock your phone in it, and there's actually like a mini game that actually plays with the game.
That's kind of cool.
Right, and it's like the special edition for that thing in the game is $119. Which really is not awful, you know.
Right.
And maybe one of the cooler special editions that have ever been put out, you know, because most of the time it's like, oh, here's a statue or a figure or something, you know.
Yeah, I really need to catch up on Fallout because I own Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I've only played a little bit of 1.
I should steal one of those from you because I think I played Fallout 1. I don't think I've played another one since.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen any of the gameplay and some of the stuff. Like, they've got a whole new custom building thing for your weapons. It looks like it's going to be another, like, awesome, you know, game. And it takes place, like, in Boston, which I don't know why a lot of people were excited about. I don't.
Oh, God. Please tell me they didn't use shipping up to Boston.
Well, of course. How could I think there's a rule, isn't there? Anything that happens in Boston, Dropkick Murphys.
It's like, oh God, I like the song, but enough already. We get it. You're Irish. We get it. Yeah, going to find your leg, right?
Yeah, we understand. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. But that's
all right, Sam Adams. Put the song away.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But, that was another game that they announced, and I was like, that looks pretty sweet. And, you know, obviously a lot of people excited about that game, and they put out a lot of details. Like, did you see there's going to be mods for the PS4 for it?
Really?
Like,
that's interesting.
They're going to allow mods for this game on the console.
That's interesting. The mods is usually only a, you know, PC kind of thing only.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know that's... I don't know if that's been done. I haven't paid enough attention, but it's such a cool thing that when I was talking with Fluffy Bunny Ash, she was actually talking about how someone needs to mod a version of it to be like a salty language version, to where like the in-game radio plays our episodes. And I was like, oh man, there could be a Hobo Gulch board or section.
Yes.
That would be sweet.
Now we're talking.
Right? Yeah.
Moon Wars?
Oh,
what?
Dude, it's so good, white mudding off to the side somewhere. This would be the greatest game ever.
I love it.
So if anyone knows how to mod things for a console, nothing would make me happier than to be able to play a salty language version of this game.
Absolutely.
So many various sound bites and stuff that could be supplied and, whatnot. So, yeah. And then there was...
That... Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, it's a great idea.
So let's see, what else we got here? There's another one. They also announced that, I don't know how to say this game. Is it Shenmue or Shenmue or, do you know what game I'm talking about?
I know what game you're talking about, but I also don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay, so whatever.
That old Sega game, right?
Yeah, it sounds right. I remember the name, but I didn't remember the game. Ashley reminded me of what the game was like, because I'm like, I don't think I ever played it, because it didn't look interesting to me.
It's like a detective type game, if I remember right, or something, right? Am I thinking right?
I don't know. She said that it was originally supposed to come out and be like this massive, like, multi-part story. To where you start out and do one part, and then eventually you work your way up to, like, revenge, basically. And that each one was supposed to build on that kind of a concept. And, like, the first two came out, and then it's been years since the last one. And,
so many unanswered questions.
Right. So they announced that they were going to do, at E3, they were going to do a sequel if, and they were going to start a Kickstarter.
Right.
And they were looking to get $2 million for the Kickstarter. It took less than 9 hours. And now holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest video game to raise $1 million in contributions on crowdfunding, blah, blah, all that bullshit. But
why wouldn't if that's the way the game is, if it's a building story, they could do it episodic, like The Walking Dead or the Borderlands prequels,
Yeah, I'm not sure why. But I guess they're putting new stretch goals and shit out there now because
oh, geez. Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, now they've already raised $3 million as of, was it the 17th is when I pulled the story. So, actually, I guess I could pull up their Kickstarter, can't I? Anyways,
true.
It was $3 million as of whatever. They're now talking about raising the stretch goals to like $4 or $5 million because why not? You've already hit. The next level is 3.2 million. Cause,
that's we get year-round hookers level.
Oh, no, they've hit 3.2. They've hit $3,369,986. There's still 27 days left on this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, buy a T-shirt.
Right. So, but I was like, I don't know why people are so excited about this. And she's like, Ashley's like, because this totally came out of nowhere. Like, nobody expected it. So I was like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense if, But it's weird because she described the game to me, and it did not sound that exciting. It sounded pretty awful, actually.
That's great.
But, I mean...
But if there was an Earthworm Jim Kickstarter...
well, true enough.
Right?
True enough, yeah. Or a Salty Language T-shirt Kickstarter.
Wait, there kind of is.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's true.
So yeah, that was what I wanted to bring up about that because that's just nuts. That less than 9 hours they hit their freaking goal.
If they're gonna make a amazing, crazy Kickstarter for a Sega game, an old Sega game,
yeah,
let's do one for General Chaos for the love of God.
All right, not the game I thought you were gonna say. I was hoping for Mutant League Hockey, but I'm on board.
Fuck. Yeah, General Chaos is gonna go suck a curb thing.
I'm on board for General Chaos though because we played a lot of that.
We did. Mutant League General Chaos.
I was actually thinking the other day about how I kind of wish I hadn't gotten rid of some of the older systems.
I do that too occasionally. And then I go, you know what, Tony? You just need a cheapo tower.
Yeah.
And some emulators and a controller.
There's that, I guess. Yeah.
2 controllers, multiplayer.
Right, because it's not like we're getting online to play anything. You can't.
Dude, it's couch co-op or nothing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like I've actually been thinking about, trying to get a Nintendo 64 again. So, pull out some like, No Mercy or whatever. It's like I know the graphics are going to be terrible on the thing, but the gameplay is so much better than any of the new wrestling games gameplay is. Even though their graphics are way, way better,
Right.
But part of, the No Mercy thing was creating guys anyway,
Well, I mean, I played the newest version of Raw because Logan has it.
Oh, yeah, the WWE 2K, whatever. Yeah.
15 or whatever it is. And, I just, despite the fact I made a Ron Swanson wrestler.
Right.
I still don't really enjoy it. It's not as much fun as as No Mercy was.
Yep, exactly. And that's why it's like, when her and I were talking about this the other day, and I was telling her about how you and I made the whole stable of pimps.
Yes, that was awesome.
And apparently her boyfriend, and friends or whatever, they did the same thing. Like they did a whole stable of pimps. And I'm like, oh, and they found like the memory card or whatever, and they still have them. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
But did they make Vincent Vega and Jules?
No, probably not. I told her about Lunchbox. Do you remember that character?
Yes.
And I'll describe this the best I can.
We made Jay and Silent Bob.
True. It helps if you know. Like old wrestlers a little bit. Anyway, I referenced a couple weeks ago on the show, Goldust has this thing where he does this, like where he swipes his hand up his body and he's going the whole time, he just...
It's like a sprinkle exfoliation.
Right. It's like an erotic thing. Anyway, I made a character that was just as a super heavyweight, just as fat as I could make the character. And he had, like, hot pink hot pants on. And I believe...
You just could have said pants.
Yeah, it's true. Was it a fish...
Because they were hot pants.
I want to say it was a fishnet shirt.
I think so. Like a Brutus the Barber kind of situation.
Yeah, something... Well, I think it was actually from Christian.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And anyway, he did, like... there was a wrestler that was supposed to be a porn star named Val Venus that had this, like, sexual grind kind of thing. And, so the character had that, and, And I believe it was like Kane's face without the mask, which was like just had this weird like black blur kind of thing on it. But I'm doing a terrible job. I wish I could pull it up on a screen and take a picture of it, but I don't have the ability to do that.
The technology we do not have.
Yeah, but it was like one of the like just awful images, but just had like nimble moves and different stuff. It was so much fun to play.
That was a great game.
Yeah. Was that No Mercy or was that WrestleMania 2000? It was one or the other. I don't know.
It was No Mercy.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember. They're so similar. They're pretty much the same game,
Yeah, I just know we bought one and No Mercy came out. We never really touched the other one again.
Yeah, exactly. So, it happens. What are you going to do?
I think.
It was
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. They were both great.
It was kind of like WCW versus NWO. It's like once the WWE versions came out, I was like, who wants this garbage anymore?
Piss on that.
Yeah,
shit.
I don't care if Sting has a bat or not.
Exactly.
I was looking to see what else I got here. Did you watch the end of the Game of Thrones?
Oh, did I? I don't know if we want to give out any spoilers.
I don't want to get too far into spoilers because I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but we will throw the spoilers warning out just in case.
Spoilers.
There you go.
Yeah, it was. It really kind of made me sad because now I got to wait like 8 months or something.
Yeah, that's the first part. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big stuff that happened in the show.
There's a ton of big stuff that happened.
Like, man, I mean, I got my question answered from last week, like where the hell the dragon was going to fly, what's-her-face to.
Right.
So, because I was, kind of like, is it just going to fly? Or, again, everything ended really in kind of an interesting manner with this stuff, but it was like, man, they just like, it feels like the end of each season, they're just like, let's kill off half the cast.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, how many more times can you do this and still have any main characters?
Well, just by the way, with the glingity, shame.
Oh, God, right?
Glingity, the way that ended, I imagine half the cast is going to die next season.
Yeah, right. That was a hell of a scene, though. As a lot of people immediately, posting on the internets about, like, no, that's a walk of shame. I was like, yeah, that was literally what it is.
That's the joke.
That's the joke. That's where it
and
comes
the reality.
From. Yeah. But it was kind of interesting though. It's like, to shame somebody. It's like strip them naked, cut their hair, and it's like, but you're bringing about on crimes that are like for being a whore, basically, and now she gets to walk naked in front of everybody. It's like,
I could have done without the peasant's tiny little penis. Yeah, you want to suck my cock? And he gets like punched in the face or whatever. It's like, come on.
I did like the guys out in front of her. Like every time somebody would, raise a little ruckus or whatever, they just sock him right in the face.
Yeah, punch him in the face, throw him down the stairs.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's pretty harsh. But yeah, that was a hell of a scene.
Yeah, but the way when she gets back and the new member to King's Guard, I was like, oh, shit's gonna get real next season.
Yeah. No, here's a question for you, because I think I missed that, and I hate to give stuff away for people or whatever, but Spurlers, heavy Spurlers. Who is the person that's the new King's Guard?
It's the Mountain.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, did I miss something? Okay,
because when he died in the trial by combat or whatever, that little creepy necromancer guy's like, I'll take him.
He will. I'm gonna fuck his neck meat.
But he did some.
Yeah,
because he's back and oof.
That was.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, he's gonna fuck something up.
Maybe.
I imagine.
Yeah. All right. Good. I'm glad I didn't miss that then, because I thought I totally missed something there. Because I'm like, I'm not going to say what happens at the end, but the end part, wow.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Me too. Yeah,
that was going to happen down the road. I wasn't expecting then.
Right. That's actually what I was thinking too. So.
Yeah, it kind of was like. But
I guess,
when it happened,
without trying to give it away, but I guess you got your question from last week answered as well off of that.
Yeah,
because I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
But, I know what you're talking about.
So yeah. There's that. So anyway, it's like our buddy Clint over at the Geek Dig podcast was telling me he's watched like the first episode of the show, like not this season, like ever, like one episode.
Like there's Jamie and Cersei banging in towers, throw a kid out the window,
right? And that
episode,
I was like, I love the show. I was like, it's fantastic and maddening all at the same time.
Yep.
And he was like, I kind of heard it was like The Walking Dead, a little bit, that, like, you can't fall in love with any character. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good way to go into it, because that's what's so maddening about the show most of the time. Is
every time I start to really, like, enjoy a character, something horrible happens to him.
Exactly. And like, all right.
Like, I know the guy was a dick, but I really enjoyed the Hound.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And then, Arya just leaves him in a field to die of a broken leg or whatever.
Right, yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
I know.
He likes chicken. Leave him alone.
Only because he likes chicken, or? Yeah, I'm the same way, though. It's like, and I think that's what most people complain about, is that every time they love a character, that character ends up, dead.
Yeah. I really need to read the books. I have them all right here in this device, this Kindle.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But I need to read them by just,
It's not part of the book club, so
it's not. It's true. It's not part of the book club.
Not yet.
And I was, I've always been Johnny fantasy reader.
Yeah.
But these all came out when I was not reading at all.
Yeah, same here. I probably would have read them if I was, back in the day or something.
I kind of missed the boat.
Yeah, me too. Because I've read all of 0 of them. So, and it's funny to me because I keep seeing people online like, oh, the book. It's like, dude, get used to it. Like,
well, they're past the books now.
Yeah, it's like
in the show, so it's like
TV shows have to deviate from the books. They otherwise, I don't necessarily want to always read. Like Walking Dead, I've heard people make the same bitches. Like I'm only 3 or 4 volumes into The Walking Dead, and it's way different than the TV show at points. Other things are really similar and mirror, but there's a lot of there's characters that don't exist in the books, and it's like I want that because if I've read the books, I don't want the exact same thing. Otherwise, it's like I've already read the books. That movie's already played in my head.
Right.
I want similar, but I don't want exactly the same. Now, a movie is different. If you're doing a movie, I want it to stick to the book as much as you can. A TV show, it's like, look, we're going to do, years of it. Like you said, they're already past the books. If they do multiple, more seasons, it's like it takes George R.R. Martin forever to write a book. So,
well, plus look at him. He's like 400 pounds and 90.
Yeah.
He's not going to be around much longer.
Right. I mean, how many more books are you going to get? Whereas the TV show, depending on how they do things, they could keep rolling the TV show because you could have, well, I'd say Next Generations, but they keep killing off characters. So,
true.
I don't know who's actually going to have a kid anymore. And they kill children on the show. So.
Yeah, fuck them. And fuck them, shit.
Fair enough. But anyways, yeah, just, loosen your britches a little bit and calm down.
Right, exactly. Jesus.
Kids these days. So, do you have any news stuffs or anything you want to
Not really. I didn't really see any news that piqued my interest this week.
Yeah, most of what I had was, from E3 basically, because, there was just cool stuffs that came out. And I know I'm missing a lot of the cool stuffs that probably came out, mainly because, I'm not, like, heavy into games anymore. There's probably better stuff that people got way more excited about or something. And if that's the case, that's totally cool, but, that's why there's game podcasts out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Go listen to one of them because, that's I don't know how to word it. I got nothing. I'm lost.
Because that's not what we do.
Yeah,
we tell dick jokes and talk about whatever we talked about earlier.
All the spoilers. No.
All the spoilers.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little comics here. I'm going to start with last week real quick.
All right.
There's a book out called All-Star Section 8, number 1.
Okay.
From DC. If you're like Tony and I, and you were a fan of the Hitman series by Garth Ennis and John McCrae, back in the day, this is, God, when was that, in the 90s? Mid to late 90s or so?
Yeah, I think so.
You should definitely pick this book up. Because, first of all, Dog Welder. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by Dog Welder, then you're just missing out. That's all there is to it. If you do know what I'm talking about, you're like, really? And yes.
And no, not a sweet band name.
No,
it would be.
No, it would be pretty sweet though. But yeah, it's a goofy read. Like Batman gets a parking ticket in the book.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's Garth Ennis just having fun with like some DC characters and stuff. There's not a lot of big name characters or anything other than Batman. It's just, but it was a pretty fun, goofy read. So
right,
and Dog Welder. Like I
Dog
said,
Welder.
That's all you need.
Sums it up.
I knew that's all I needed to tell you to sell it. Like, dude, Dog Welder.
Yeah.
And I read the Batman number 41, which is the first one, post-Convergence and post-Endgame.
Oh, okay.
So, like, to where Batman and the Joker were, spoilers, both dead original. So they decided they put Gordon inside the bat suit. Not inside the bat suit, I'm sorry. Inside a bat suit, and then he's inside, like, the bat armor. Remember that had, like, the bunny ears?
Right.
They actually make fun of the bunny ears in the book.
Well, that's good at least.
Which I love.
At least acknowledge it.
Exactly. It's like, listen, we understand. It's silly. The suit that they have Gordon inside the armor, though, is an awesome design for a bat suit. I don't. You just would have to look at it. I can't. It's black, but it's got like a bigger bat kind of a thing with like a yellow outline to the bat, but it's all black basically.
Right.
So, but it was a pretty awesome design. Kudos to Greg Capullo for that one. What's really weird though is the bat armor is blue. It's like all like a regular blue color, and they actually show other color like concepts. Like, in the book, like, because at one point, the guy's like, oh, you don't like the suit color? Here, I can change it. And he's showing him, like, on an iPad what it would, look like in the different colors.
Right.
And, of course, it shows different eras of Batman costumes, basically, like Dark Knight Returns. Like, it's got that kind of feel to it.
That's pretty cool.
And then I'm like, man, they chose that blue one? It's like...
Nice little touch.
Yeah, I was like, that blue one's not the best design of any of them. That's a little sad, but, whatever. But it was actually a really good book. I didn't want to like it with the bunny ear Batman and Gordon and all that, but it was really good.
Really?
Yeah. So if you were kind of on the fence, I could see, I'd be like, hey, maybe you should have a look so
Take a look so you'll find.
So, yeah, that was about it from last week. I have a whole bunch of things that I'll be posting on the blog, from last week's stuff.
Das Blog.
Right. And I've barely jumped into this week's books. Oh, I take that back. There was one more thing I have to mention about last week. You're not...
All right.
And I know, obviously, you haven't read this issue, so I can't... I don't want to give it away, but I kind of do because it's so fucking awesome.
What are you talking about?
I'll say this. How far behind on Saga are you?
I'm way behind.
Damn it. Okay, so it'll be a while before you even catch up to it.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, well, Saga has one of the most unexpected and funniest 2-page spreads I've maybe ever seen in comics in this newest issue.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want me to spoil it? Do you not want me to spoil it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Spoilers in case you haven't read it. Fair enough. They have to go collect seed from a dragon to because of a character that died. Okay? To help bring him back to life. Well, when they go in, they're like, yeah, how exactly are we supposed to get it? Basically, the 2-page spread is the dragon laying on its back, sucking itself off. And then the next page, basically, it's like, is basically they're like, it's not just the volume, it's something else. Like, they're making a joke about how there's just jizz everywhere, basically. And I know it's a
dragon's got to do what a dragon's got to do,
dude. And I know it's a super crass joke, but god damn it, I never thought that I would see a dragon sucking itself off in a comic and laugh riotously out loud at it.
Meanwhile, next season of Game of Thrones,
right? Yeah, and No More saw that spread, and I immediately posted a thing on Twitter to Fiona Staples, who's the artist on Saga, that was like, "This is the greatest spread like ever." So kudos to her and Brian K. Vaughan, who's not on Twitter, for doing that.
For making it sexy.
Yeah. And Brian K. Vaughan actually mentions it in the letters column, like, like how awesome is she for actually doing this?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, and as far as this week's books go, I read Archie versus Predator number 3. And again, it's, it's more of exactly what I expected from the series, so that makes me happy.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So far I'm enjoying it, so no spoilers on that. And it's got one of the greatest covers, which I'd already posted on like Instagram, where it's like Archie, I can't remember if it's Veronica or Betty. I think it's like Archie and Betty, and then in between them is the Predator, and they're all sharing a milkshake.
Nice. So, I somehow missed that then on your Instagram.
That's the cover to number 3. So, all right. That's what I got. So,
I'm spent.
Fair enough. How convenient. Looks like we've hit the end of the show.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Time to go play Magic.
Nice. So once again, please go get yourself, secure yourself a spot to get a Salty Language t-shirt over at teespring.com/saltylanguagepod.
16 days, 22 hours, 34 minutes, 35 seconds as of right now.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're a big loser.
All your friends will have them and you won't.
Right. And then we'll all play Nelson sound clips for you.
That's one I should probably have.
It probably is, right? Yeah. So, as always, go to saltylanguage.com. There's all the past episodes, links to our interviews, the enthusiast episodes and such that you should be checking out anyways, because it's the goodness.
It is the goodness. You want to be the real or be the jabroni?
Right? You don't want to be the jabroni. Not at all. For the low-cost $35, she will humble you.
It's true.
So if you want to contact the show, you can hit us up on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
I am at Monotony.
And I don't know why I felt like I was going to say something else there. One last note. For those of you who may be interested, the other podcast that I do, The Crazy Life, is now on Stitcher and iTunes. So,
yes, I listened to episode 1 today.
Excellent. So,
how dare you add 5 more hours of podcasts to my phone that I'm behind on now.
One podcast at a time. I shall rule all the time. So, if you're interested in that, you can find us on that now. So yeah, I think that's it, right? I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, let's go through the networks real quick. Tangent Bound. Oh,
right.
We're on Musings of a Geek.
Indeed.
We're on Wicked Radio Network. Although
we're on the Pod Gods.
We're part of the Pod Gods. We're the old guard of the Pod Gods now.
We are.
One of the old guards. Yeah, I don't want to mean but we're one of the old guard.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Danger!
Oh, yeah, right.
Danger!
I missed that.
Entertainment, yes, sir. Seriously, it's tough for me to decide what my favorite is because I love ours, but I also love the what Graphic Novice did with the music in the background on that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Well done by them. Damn, are we forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting a network.
We're in a lot of networks, Brian.
Wicked, Danger, Podcast. I think that's everybody. Whatever. If we forgot you, tough shit.
We'll get you next time.
We won't.
Buy a T-shirt. We'll remind you of them.
Right? So on that note, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And, go piss some rocks. And, hey, go buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, you savages.
You are now leaving the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.